Hey friend, guess what? My thoughts are all over the place this morning. And let me tell you where they're going to start. First of all, this is Conversations with Pella. I am Pella. I'm going to get used to saying that out loud. Uh, but I saw a survey. So Tillamook, the dairy company, paid for a survey that says the average person eats about 11 scoops of ice cream a week during the summer. And whether or not that number is exactly right, I kind of believe that sentiment. And here's why. I don't think that people are chasing ice cream or cooling down. I think it's a little bit part of it. I do think that ice cream is beautiful and wonderful, and I love to eat ice cream. I think what happens is that we chase the feeling of summer. We chase the feeling of happiness. It's kind of a dark week. I mean, some things happened over the weekend that's been in the news, like uh, like the youngin that went missing on the 4th of July, and they just found his body just yesterday. That's something that's consuming my thoughts. But I don't feel like this is the right time to speak about it or the right place. Not yet. Um, and so I think about, okay, so what are the other things that we do to kind of chase away maybe the reality of life and bring in maybe just a tiny bit of happiness? What are the things that we can remember that mean something? What are the things we just kind of chase forever? So interesting, not that interesting, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When I was 13 years old, my life changed dramatically when I was 14. But when I was 13 and things were still, let's say, a little more innocent in the world, in my world especially, um, that was the last time I flew on United Airlines where they still had the full meal, where they had a whole tray and you got to pick your meal when the stewardess came by, the flight attendant, and they would say, "Well, these are our two choices. Which one do you want?" You get to choose, and they hand you the whole tray. I remember I flew from Denver to Salt Lake City, and I flew with my sister, and I believe, let me think, we were wearing these matching outfits because our mom made us dress that way, and they were not quite Sunday best and not quite business casual. So they were somewhere right between there. Had stockings on, everything, because that's the way you had to fly back then. Um, and we sat down, and the flight attendant put us in first class because there were open seats. And then she asked us what we wanted, and she offered an omelet. And I thought to myself, I've never had an omelet. I just had never had an omelet. And and so she gave me this omelet. And from what I can remember, the omelet was like, it had maybe some kind of mushrooms on the inside, some kind of cheese. It was very creamy. The eggs weren't overcooked. It was perfectly shaped. I remember there was an orange garnish and cilantro because I did not realize that garnish was just decoration for the plate. So I used to always eat the garnish. Now I still eat the garnish, but I know I'm doing it rather than thinking it was part of the meal. I had this omelet and I have never had a better omelet since. Now, is that is that even possible to have had the best omelet of your life on a United Airlines flight from Denver to Salt Lake? It is if you've never had an omelet before. And it is if that entire experience meant something different than just, I'm just flying from here to there and I just have a, a tray of food, right? I think that for the whole of my life since that experience, I have been in search of that feeling of relaxation, of luxury that I experienced as a 13-year-old eating an omelet on a United Airlines flight. I feel like the seats had more room back then too. They felt a little bit wider, or I was probably quite a bit smaller than I am now, and that's why I fit so much better in that chair. Ah, you ever just chase a dream? You ever just chase something that and you can't quite figure out what it is? I have never had an omelet that tasted as good, that looked as good, that felt as good as that omelet on the United Airlines flight. What is that for you? Like if you were to think back, what is it for you that is like the ever elusive dream that you're going after? Um it, Mine is an omelet on a United Airlines flight. Go figure. Let's see. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about a lot of things that just kind of disappear. Do you remember when? Just bear with me. My mind has just run off the rails. But right now it's just kind of in the place of nostalgia and just thinking of things that are happy, that are better, that can get me through the day versus the news of the world right now. Do you remember when commercial breaks actually had consequence? Where first of all, you learned all the jingles of the commercials. That's one thing. And you sang with them and sang through them so that, you passed the time a little bit faster. Or that commercial break was a time to go to the bathroom, to get your drink, to get your snacks, to get up and do what your mom told you to do before, your show starts again. Because if you come back after the break and things have already started, that you've missed part of the storyline and you don't have any idea when you're ever going to see it again. Back in the day, things didn't have real reruns. So commercials had consequence. Now they are just capitalism gaps. And the only tunes that I can remember have something to do with some sort of pharmaceutical drug that could kill you as a side effect, but they still want you to buy it anyway. I don't know. Things take on new meaning, but I don't think ice cream does. I think ice cream stays the same. I think it's the thing that marks. Do you ever notice that most people don't rush through eating ice cream? Like I don't eat ice cream like I need to get protein in. When you just like slam a protein shake because you need to take protein in, or you just eat your salad fast because you need to have some fiber, or whatever. I don't know very many people who eat ice cream fast because they're just trying to get a chore over with. Ice cream is something that you slow down for. Ice cream is something that you slow down for. I don't know. I hope that by the time I'm done talking, you're done getting ready. You're off to a good day. Have a great day at work. Have a bowl of ice cream. Stay cool. Don't let the world get you down. It's trying its best.